A key is normally made from a cold rolled mild steel bars. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. Which of following statement is correct for the two shafts connected in parallel? A. Torque in each shaft is the same. B. Shear stress in each shaft is the same. C. Angle of twist of each shaft is the same. D. Torsional stiffness of each shaft is the same. The correct answer is angle of twist of each shaft is the same. Lewis form factor for the 20 full depth involute system is equal to 0.1540.841 T. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. The railway carriage couplings have A. Square threads. B. Acme threads. C. Knuckle threads. D. Buttress threads. The correct answer is knuckle threads. A shaft is subjected to A. Bending stresses. B. Shear stresses. C. Combined bending and shear stresses. D. All of these. The correct answer is all of these. When the lubricant is forced between the journal and the bearing by external pressure, the bearing is called hydrostatic lubricated bearing. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is agree. Crushing resistance required to crush the rivet per pitch length is A. P. D. C. B. P. T. C. C. N. D. T. C. D. P. D. T. C. The correct answer is N. D. T. C. Tearing resistance required to tear off the plate per pitch length is where P. Pitch of rivets, D. Dia of rivet hole, and T. Permissible tensile stress for plate material. A. P. D. T. B. P. T. T. C. P. D. T. D. P. D. T. T. The correct answer is P. D. T. T. The buttress threads have low frictional resistance characteristic of the square threads and have the same strength of V threads. A. Yes. B. No. C. D. The correct answer is yes. The tension on the slack side of the belt is the tension on the tight side of the belt. A equal to, B less than, C greater than, D. The correct answer is less than. The center-to-center distance between two consecutive rivets in a row is called A. Margin. B. Pitch. C. Back pitch. D. Diagonal pitch. The correct answer is pitch. A bushed pin flexible coupling is used to connect two shafts whose axes intersect at a small angle. A. Yes. B. No. C. D. The correct answer is no. Which of the following property is essential for spring materials? A. Stiffness. B. Ductility. C. Resilience. D. Plasticity. The correct answer is resilience. A steel containing up to 0.15 carbon is known as A. Mild steel. B. Dead mild steel. C. Medium carbon steel. D. High carbon steel. The correct answer is dead mild steel. The property of a material which enables it to resist fracture due to high impact loads is called toughness. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. The resultant axial load on a bolt depends upon A. External load applied. B. Initial tension due to tightening of the bolt. C. Relative elastic yielding of the bolt and the connected members. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. Wire ropes as compared to cotton ropes. A. Are lighter in weight. B. Offer silent operation. C. Can withstand shock loads. D. All of these. The correct answer is All of these. The thickness of key is usually taken equal to 1/6 of diameter of shaft. A. Yes. B. No. C. D. The correct answer is yes. Two helical springs of the same material and of equal circular cross-section length and number of turns but having radii 80 mm and 40 mm kept concentrically smaller radius spring within the larger radius spring are compressed between two parallel planes with a load W. The inner spring will carry a load equal to A. W2, B. 2 watts 3, C. W9, D. 8 watts 9. The correct answer is 2 watts 3. The stress in the bar when the load is applied suddenly is as compared to the stress induced due to gradually applied loads. A. Same. B. Double. C. 3 times. D. 4 times. The correct answer is double. A triple riveted butt joint with double straps of unequal width is to be designed for a boiler shell. The pitch of the rivets in the outer row is double the pitch in the inner row and zig-zag riveting is proposed. Which of the following statement is correct? A. There are 4 rivets per pitch length all in double shear. B. There are 4 rivets per pitch length out of which 2 are in single shear and 2 are in double shear. C. There are 5 rivets per pitch length all in double shear. D. There are 5 rivets per pitch length out of which 4 are in double shear and 1 is in single shear. The correct answer is there are 5 rivets per pitch length out of which 4 are in double shear and 1 is in single shear. The form factor of a helical gear with the increase in the helix angle. A. Increases. B. Decreases. C. Remains constant. D. The correct answer is increases. The taper on a rectangular sunk key is A. 1 in 16, B. 1 in 32, C. 1 in 48, D. 1 in 100. The correct answer is 1 in 100. When carbon in the cast iron is in the form of cementite, the cast iron will be of white color. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. A castle nut is a locking device in which A thinner nut is tightened down over a thicker or main nut and the main nut is tightened against the thinner nut by loosening. B. A slot is cut in line with the center of each face and a split pin passes through 2 slots in the nut and a hole in the bolt so that a positive lock is obtained unless the pin shears. C. A slot is cut about halfway through the nut and a small screw is tightened between the nut and the bolt in order to produce more friction. D. The bottom cylindrical portion is recessed to receive the tip of the locking set screw. The correct answer is a slot is cut in line with the center of each face and a split pin passes through 2 slots in the nut and a hole in the bolt so that a positive lock is obtained unless the pin shears. The application of second type levers is found in A. Handle of a hand pump, B. Hand wheel of a punching press, C. Lever of a loaded safety valve, D. A pair of tongs. The correct answer is lever of a loaded safety valve. The spindles of bench vices are usually provided with knuckle threads. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is disagree. According to Indian standards, total number of tolerance grades are A. 8, B. 12, C. 18, D. 20. The correct answer is 18. An universal coupling is a type of coupling. A. Rigid. B. Flexible. C. D. The correct answer is flexible. When a bolt is subjected to an external load, the stress induced in the bolt will be A. Tensile stress, B. Shear stress, C. Combined tensile and shear stress, D. Any one of these. The correct answer is Any one of these. If the center distance of the mating gears having involute teeth is varied within limits, the velocity ratio A increases, B decreases, C remains unchanged, D. The correct answer is remains unchanged. The included angle for the British Standard Whitworth thread is A 29, B 47.5, C 55, D 60. The correct answer is 55. Failure of a material is called fatigue when it fails A at the elastic limit, B below the elastic limit, C at the yield point, D below the yield point. The correct answer is below the yield point. The strength of a riveted joint is equal to A tearing strength of plate PT, B shearing strength of rivet PS, C crushing strength of rivet PC, D least value of PT PS and PC. The correct answer is least value of PT PS and PC. When a helical compression spring is cut into halves, the stiffness of the resulting spring will be A same, B double, C 1/2, D 1/4. The correct answer is double. The transverse fillet welded joints are designed for A tensile strength, B compressive strength, C bending strength, D shear strength. The correct answer is tensile strength. The centrifugal tension in the belt A increases the power transmitted, B decreases the power transmitted, C has no effect on the power transmitted, D is equal to maximum tension on the belt. The correct answer is has no effect on the power transmitted. According to I.B.R, the efficiency of a double riveted butt joint with double cover straps of equal width should be A 45 to 60, B 63 to 70, C 70 to 83, D 80 to 90. The correct answer is 70 to 83. The buckling load will be maximum for a column if A one end of the column is clamped and the other end is free, B both ends of the column are clamped, C both ends of the column are hinged, D one end of the column is hinged and the other end is free. The correct answer is both ends of the column are clamped. The cap screws are A slotted for a screwdriver and are generally used with a nut, B similar to tap bolts except that they are of small size and a variety of shapes of heads are available, C used to prevent relative motion between the two parts, D none of the above. The correct answer is similar to tap bolts except that they are of small size and a variety of shapes of heads are available. In skew bevel gearing, the axes of shafts are A intersecting and the teeth are curved, B non-intersecting and non-parallel and the teeth are curved, C non-intersecting and non-parallel and the teeth are straight, D none of the above. The correct answer is non-intersecting and non-parallel and the teeth are straight. A chain drive transmits power as compared to belt drive. A more, B less, C, D. The correct answer is more. If the size of a standard specimen for a fatigue testing machine is increased, the endurance limit for the material will A have same value as that of standard specimen, B increase, C decrease, D. The correct answer is decrease. When the fulcrum is in between the load and effort, the lever is said to be of A first type, B second type, C third type, D any one of these. The correct answer is first type. The ball bearings are usually made from A low carbon steel, B high carbon steel, C medium carbon steel, D high speed steel. The correct answer is medium carbon steel. The V-belt is used to transmit great amount of power and when the two pulleys are very near to each other. A correct. B incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. A coupling used to connect two perfectly aligned shafts is A. Muff coupling. B. Compression coupling. C. Flange coupling. D. All of these. The correct answer is all of these. In a nut and bolt, the diameter at which the ridges on the bolt are in complete touch with the ridges of the corresponding nut is called pitch diameter. A correct. B incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is correct. A double strap butt joint with equal straps is A. Always in single shear. B. Always in double shear. C. Either in single shear or double shear. D. Any one of these. The correct answer is always in double shear. For a bevel gear having the pitch angle, the ratio of formative number of teeth Te to actual number of teeth T is A. 1 sin. B. 1 cos. C. 1 tan. D. sin cos. The correct answer is 1 cos. The modulus of elasticity for mild steel is approximately equal to A. 80 kN mm2. B. 100 kN mm2. C. 110 kN mm2. D. 210 kN mm2. The correct answer is 210 kN mm2. A connecting rod subjected to an axial load may buckle with A. X-axis as neutral axis. B. Y-axis as neutral axis. C. X-axis or Y-axis as neutral axis. D. Z-axis. The correct answer is X-axis or Y-axis as neutral axis. A type of brake commonly used in motor cars is A. Shoe brake. B. Band and block brake. C. Band brake. D. Internal expanding brake. The correct answer is internal expanding brake.